Oskaloosa Indians basketball action is on the air.
Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxford's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug. And now, live Oskaloosa basketball action
On the No Coast Network.
The boys warming up. It's Oskaloosa set to take on an Indianola team who last year was the basement of this little Hawkeye conference. This year, not so much. One of the better teams in conference play. Now they are just 12-7 overall and 7-6 in little Hawkeye play, but that's quite a leap from last year to this year, and it's because of Evan Gauger and Quinn Vesey. They're two guards that we could see coming last year, Doug, but Oskaloosa just throttled them in their first meeting this year in Oskaloosa. But second time through this conference, it hasn't been that easy against these teams second time around. Do you think the extra couple of days gives Oskaloosa a little bit of an edge preparation-wise, energy-wise, as they look to try to get an outright conference championship by winning this game here tonight?
Well, I don't know about that, Emery, but I do know one thing. This is a big game. This is for the outright conference championship. We better be ready to play, otherwise we're going to be leaving here with an L. As you mentioned, Indianola, they're coming in winning 7 of 9 games. One of those wins was against the Norwalk team here in Indianola. They shoot the three really well at home. So this is going to be a dogfight. I don't care if we won by 60. I look for this to be a close game tonight.
Indianola and their head coach, Brett Watson, last time out, a 3-point win at Grinnell, which is a little close for comfort, and then they only beat Atumwa by 2. So a couple of teams you thought they would kind of annihilate if they were a really good team, but they were able to win close games, which makes them even more scary to me. They've been in close situations recently, you know what I mean? So you can say, well, margin of victory this, margin of victory that. It takes a team that has experience in close games to win close games. And if you think you're going to have close games, the more games that you've had to win that are close, the better off that you are. So we'll see what Indianola has in that regard. Gauger leads the way at 19 a game. The kid is an excellent player, just a junior. His running mate, Quinn Vesey, is also a junior. He averages 12.5 points per game. But as they go, as that duo goes, so do the Indianola Indians.
Yeah, they obviously they weren't going in the first matchup, but
28 points as a team, I think, something like that.
Yeah, just looking at their body language tonight, they are very confident. They realize, they know they beat Norwalk here. They realize that Norwalk beat Oskaloosa a week ago or 10 days, whatever it was ago. So they're not intimidated or scared. Now, if we can jump out and get on them quick, then I think you might see them back down a little bit and get their dauber down, and you could rack up some points on them. But longer they hang in this, the tougher it's going to be. And the other reason this is important, if you're a team like Oskaloosa, you're not looking to just make the state tournament. You're looking to win games at the state tournament. And to do that, you want to try to get a nice seed. So you have to really, if you're Oskaloosa, you need to win out. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in that middle to lower seed range, and you're going to have a tough draw right out of the box if you do make it to state.
Indianola's a 4A team in boys basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know how boys basketball seeds state tournaments?
No.
By points. You get 4 points for a 4A win.
Oh,
you get 3 points for a 3A win. Not only beating Indianola matters in the form of you win an outright conference championship, but this is 4 points on the line for seeding if you get to the state tournament. So
then Xavier's going to be the #1 seed no matter what. Probably.
In theory. I mean, that's my understanding, and it's the same as baseball. You can have an undefeated season like Twin Cedars did a few years ago. In 2014, they were like 35-0 going into the state tournament or something like that, and they still were only good enough for the #2 seed. Because the #1 seed, I think it was
Fort Dodge St. Edmunds or something.
Maybe Dyersville Beckman. It was somebody, a perennial powerhouse that had like 6 losses or something, but they also won 33 games and played a large chunk of the season against 2A and 3A opponents, whereas Twin Cedars didn't do that. So I believe basketball works the same way when you get to state, not until you get to state. The coaches do the seeding process of each sub-state. Oskaloosa, of course, pretty clearly the #1 seed in their sub-state, but they'll have to play well. We saw how Pella pushed them in Oskaloosa on Tuesday last week, and Pella very well could be their sub-state final opponent. So we'll have to kind of unpack that. You want to know a fun fact as well? I called Southeast Polk to try to make some arrangements for the postseason because that's where the sub-state final is going to be. Yeah. Well, somebody forgot to tell Southeast Polk they were hosting a sub-state final. That's all I have to say about that. Southeast Polk didn't even know that they had a sub-state final that they were supposed to be hosting, but of course, I'm sure that'll get all ironed out by the time a couple of weeks comes, and Oskaloosa will be looking to try to get going in postseason play. We still have this game to go, though. This is the conference season finale. Looking for an outright conference championship. The Oskaloosa boys, 17-2 overall, 12-1 in the Little Hawkeye. We'll take a break, come back with the starting lineups and the opening tap right after this on the No Coast Network.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue-bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice-cold Mountain Dew. You know your mouth wants you to. Do the Dew.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
For over 30 years, Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
At Clow Valve Company, being the premier place to work is part of our core vision, and this includes helping our local community be a premier place to live. Clow cares and is committed to creating a happier and healthier community. By volunteering in local events and fundraisers, by donating to nonprofit organizations, by leaving a better tomorrow than today. Clow is more.
We are Clow Valve. And we're getting set for boys basketball. Indianola High School, we thank you for joining us. I encourage y'all to stick with us for our postgame show after the game is over, which is now sponsored by Indian Hills Community College in Ottumwa. This is your moment, and you want it to be the best. At Indian Hills, you'll learn what you need to succeed. After attaining your degree at Indian Hills, some of you will go on to a university and a 4-year degree, and some of you will get started with exciting careers in 2 years or less. That is a fast track. Indian Hills Community College postgame show coming up after the game this evening. Starting lineups about to be announced for both teams. We'll announce them as they are brought in. We thank you for joining us here live on 99.5 FM, AM 740, KMZN Radio, KMZN.com with the live video stream, MCG Channel 7, as well as the KMZN mobile app. Coach Ryan Parker, the Oskaloosa Indians, 17-2 overall, 12-1 in the Little Hawkeye. A win tonight. They are outright conference champions in the Little Hawkeye Conference. This is the first time they've ever even shared the conference title in the regular season in this conference. It has been since the last time they went to state in which they were sharing a conference title, and that was back in the South Central days, back in the mid-90s, 1996 to be exact. Also, Indianola comes in 12-7 overall and 7-6 in the Little Hawkeye. As Spencer Tucker gets introduced, he is a 6-foot-tall senior point guard for Oskaloosa. He'll be joined in the backcourt by 5'11" senior defensive stopper Tanner DeCock, who is now going to be lining up across, I'm sure, Evan Gauger in this game. The big man, X-Man Xavier Foster, the 6'11" sophomore, and the 6'9" junior Cole Henry. And rounding out the 5 for the Indians is the senior at 6'5", Jared Cruz. And he's really, in my opinion, been the most important player for Oskaloosa. When Jared's got a good game, Oskaloosa has comfortable wins.
Yeah.
When Jared has a struggling game, we have to sweat it out until the end.
Tucker Nunnikoven has been playing well off the bench, too, the last few weeks. So he's another one to watch tonight.
Evan Gauger is the first man introduced. We don't have heights, but I can tell you he's a junior. And he's a nice, long, and lengthy junior.
Now, this is going to be a good team next year, also returning those 2 guards.
Vesey is the other. Quinn Vesey is a junior, so Gauger is a junior. Vesey, the junior, is Brady Held is the senior. And they'll be joined by another senior, Cole Scott. And then rounding out the starting 5 is another senior, Jack Orwig. Head coach for the Indianola Indians is Brett Watson. And as mentioned, 7-6 in the Little Hawkeye after going almost winless in the Little Hawkeye last year. A big improvement. It helps with experience, and that's why we talk about this team being really good next year, is because Gauger and Vesey will be back.
Yeah, this is going to be a dogfight tonight. Let's hope Oskaloosa is ready to play, because I guarantee you Indianola is. They're looking forward to this rematch.
Neither team has played since last Tuesday. Oskaloosa made some late free throws to get a comfortable 9-point win over Pella after really sweating that one out early, 65-56. And at Grinnell, Indianola picked up a tough 65-62 win, so both teams coming off of some close games. Foster going to be jumping it up with Cole Scott, and we are ready to go as both guys kind of misread the tip, but eventually X-Man gets it over to Cole Henry. It's Oski Ball wearing maroon uniforms trimmed in white Oskaloosa across the chest, white numbers front and back, and they'll shoot it a right hoop. Henry over to the right wing. This is DeCock back to Henry. Henry left wing.
Jared Cruz working hard in the paint right now, trying to get the ball posting up. Good job by Jared. Good job by Indianola's defense.
Yeah, Orwig not letting him get exactly where he wants, and they're closing off that passing lane. Here is Tucker over to the left wing. This is Henry. They leave him space. He'll shoot it. He swishes the 3.
Well, that's a good start for Oskaloosa. I'm not sure if you want that one game at DCG. We shot a bunch of 3s and then they came back. But nice shot there by Cole from the 3-point line.
Held in the front court. Indianola wearing white uniforms trimmed in purple. Indians across the chest. As a nice pass, Gauger. Pump fake. Orwig. A little faders in. That's a nice little look from Gauger as Oskaloosa quickly gets back into the front court. Henry left space again, but he doesn't want to shoot the 3 this time. He'll settle it outside the volleyball line with Tucker.
Well, we got a lot of standing here. We need guys cutting through, screening, and moving. Xavier trying to move his guy out. There you go.
Nice pass, and he'll miss the layup. Rebound Orwig as Foster was wide open underneath after a good look from Henry. Gauger will get fouled on the drive inside. Well, you'd like to have those back.
Yeah, I think he almost might have got caught in deciding whether he wanted to slam it or lay it in.
And with no contact coming either, that affects the shot as well.
Yeah, so Tanner picks up, I think, his first foul early here. Got to be careful when you're guarding a guy like Gauger. He likes to dribble drive.
Bad pass, but eventually it's collected outside by Scott, and he'll settle it down out beyond the volleyball line with Vesey. Vesey, and there's a blocking foul on Xavier. He hedges really well, but sometimes he gets caught with an aggressive dribbling guard like Vesey, who is just going to look for that contact as he swings around.
Well, this is what all the teams are doing now. They're going to set high screens with whoever Xavier's guarding to bring him out away from the rim.
It worked against Norwalk. Pella did the same thing. Here's a 3 from Scott. That's way off the mark. Foster is fouled on the rebound by Cole Scott. First one on Indianola. By the way, on your scoreboard on your screen, you see Indians. That is Indianola. They are also the Indians. Oski is the Oskaloosa score.
I think if you're Oskaloosa, you got to rethink maybe having Xavier hedging so hard, because you're taking him out of the paint completely as a defensive player.
Here's DeCock over to the left wing, about 30 feet outside. This is Tucker to Cruz outside the top of the arc, over to DeCock. 2 minutes in, it's Oskaloosa 3-2. 3-pointer by Henry, short, but he gets a friendly roll.
The rim was kind to Henry there.
The big man, Cole Henry, 2 for 2 and 3s to start the game. He's got all 6 Indian points. It's not been part of his game. He's really gone after this year. Only 6 made 3s on the season coming into tonight's action. Orwig, post to post. And a little hook shot over the top of Foster. Good defense by X-Man. Rebound pulled down by Cole Henry.
And good defense because he just stood there and made him shoot it over him.
Here's Foster down on the block. He's got Gogger guarding him. Help is on the way. Kick out to Henry. He won't shoot a 3rd time, but he'll go in the paint. Spin, tough shot, miss. He gets it back, puts it back up and scores it.
Well, he kind of just threw it to himself off the backboard, was able to get the putback. So Henry with all 8 of the Indians' points here early.
8-2 Oski with 5:15 left first quarter. Indianola with it on this left side of the floor. It is Orwig to the left side. Vesey back to the top. Gogger, crossover, spin move at the free throw line.
Much
Dribble
better.
around. Loses the ball. It's still loose. Gogger loses it, and they're going to call a foul. And I think they're going to get DeCock.
Oh, my goodness. On a loose ball. This is, what kind of call is this?
Coach Ryan Parker beside himself, as that's the 3rd team foul.
Jeez, on a loose ball.
And Coach Parker is giving that official an earful. You got to watch himself.
Well,
ooh, he's in a big discussion with the official. And either way,
and then Xavier getting close to getting his 2nd.
3 from Gogger long. Tucker comes out of it with the rebound. Oskaloosa looking to improve the early 8-2 lead. Foster, top of the key, swings it
through the lane here. We got too many guys standing around.
Out beyond the volleyball line is Tucker. He stands at the center circle.
Xavier needs to flash in there.
Volleyball line 3 by Tucker is off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Brady Held. I just don't ever see that being a good shot. I know it's been a good shot for Oskaloosa the last couple of years, but for this team, I'm just not into the 40-footers, Doug.
Here they go. They're going to run. They want Xavier out there.
Vesey gets around, kicks it into the corner to Gogger.
We got to look at a different way. If Xavier's guarding the screener, we almost have to play that softer. Oh, he's going to get his 2nd foul if he's not careful.
They get it over to the right wing. Gogger working on DeCock, who's got 2 fouls. Rises over him. Tough shot off glass. Missed. Foster another rebound.
Good defense there by Tanner with 2 fouls.
3:50 left first quarter. 8-2. Henry drives, kicks it out. Tucker thought about the 3.
I'd like to see Spencer do that pump fake and get the 3.
Foster tried a 3, missed it. Rebound pulled down by Held.
If Spencer gets his guy up in the air, he could jump into him and get 3 shots.
They throw the ball off of Foster's foot on the entry pass as Yates comes in, I would imagine, to replace DeCock. They still were able to buy almost all the way to the regular time that he comes out.
Yeah.
So as
he's got 2 fouls.
Yeah, but he does have the 2 fouls. First sub in the game as Matt Deke Jr. is going to come in replacing Cole Scott for Indianola. 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. 8-2 Oskaloosa, the early lead. Out by the volleyball line is Orwig. He'll hand it off to Gogger, who's now being picked up by Yates. He gets a screen, gets around the hedge, goes to Held. Left, right corner 3, nothing but net.
Oh, nice shot there by Held from deep in the corner.
Held is just asked to do that. He's a 37% three-point shooter, and he shoots
Jared
a lot of them.
missed him. Xavier was open underneath, and Jared missed getting him the ball.
Henry, left wing, shoots another one. This one's short, long rebound all the way out. Look at the hustle.
Well, Spencer, go get the ball.
The hustle that time by Deke, who just came into the game, knocked Tucker to the floor, and Coach Parker saying, go get the ball.
Wow. Just let the ball bounce and didn't even go for it.
Oh, man. I love basketball games because you can see the reactions of everyone, and Coach Parker is very animated tonight. Look at this guy. All over the floor, knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Oskaloosa.
Well,
but
Indianola is hustling like crazy
right off the
now.
bench. Look at Matt Deke. Both of those plays, I mean, he is running all over the place like his head's on fire.
Well, we better match it, otherwise we're going to be trailing here in another minute.
2:53 left first quarter. Oski ball leading 8-5. Yates gets it into the front court to Cruz, and then Cruz will wait for Tucker to come back and get it as Vesey's face guarding him all over the floor. Tucker dribbles to the right, goes to Henry inside the arc. They're giving him space. They want him to shoot it. He goes to Foster. Oh, and he just dunks it over Gogger. He has that all game long if they can just find him in there.
Yeah, nice drop step by Xavier, and then he threw it down on Gogger. So.
Well, Gogger is a point guard guarding the center because he's just got the length. But that doesn't mean he's got the size to compete with that. Gogger spins around Yates. Nice move, nice finish. My goodness.
He just burned Yates on a little dribble drive there. It's way too easy.
Little spin move, and he beat everybody to the rim. Henry, left wing. They're going to go down low again to Foster. The help comes. He's bumped. It'll be a foul, I believe, on Deke from down low. That'll be his first.
Xavier's got to be a little bit careful when he turns and puts the ball on the floor, because now they're picking back in. He might look to kick it back out to Henry, then come back in quick, and he'll have a little space to put the ball on the floor.
Now they're trying to post up Cruz. Instead, it's Henry. Cruz trying to get to that spot inside. They find Foster. He'll go on the drive. Bump into Deke.
That's a foul.
There's no foul called, but Foster finishes it anyway, coming around the horn. Oski leads at 12-7.
And a good sign if you're an Oskaloosa fan right there, seeing Xavier with some aggressiveness to the hole. That could easily have been a foul on Indianola in a three-point play.
Here is the up and under. Nice move by Vesey, but he missed the shot. Rebound pulled down by Henry.
Oh, he had Xavier deep.
Henry will drive, try to kick it out to Tucker. It kind of lost the handle as he went inside, throws it away. And that is the first Oskaloosa turnover. First turnover for either side here in the first 6.5 minutes.
Well, not under control. Once he leaves his feet, you know, you're at the mercy of wherever everybody else is going, and he got caught on that one. Xavier needs to be careful. So far away from the basket, you'd hate to see him get a second foul 25, 28 foot away from the basket here.
So the ball goes out of bounds off Oskaloosa, and inbound comes to Vesey with 1:20 left first quarter, 12-7. Right wing, here is Indianola. Deke over to Vesey. Vesey again gets the hedge. Again,
that could have been offense. Boy, they're letting a lot go out high. Watch out, Xavier.
Gauger kind of probes, kick out, three on the way. Orwig, money.
And that's their game right there. That's what they beat Norwalk on, was a bunch of threes. They got hot like that.
Henry, post to Foster for two, the slammo. So 9 for Henry early, and then 6 from Foster. 8 for Henry, my mistake. And then 6 from Xavier in a row. It's 14-10 Indians.
It certainly looks.
Foul on Tucker, just ran over the screen from Orwig.
Well, you asked about the preparation time. It certainly looks to me like Indianola has plans every time they're coming down. They're running different sets. That was a double screen right there.
So we have a sub for Oskaloosa. Tucker comes out, replaced by Nunnikoven. So it'll be Yates in a big Oskaloosa lineup defensively here for the last 30 seconds of the first quarter.
This is a big lineup. I'd like to see what it can do here.
Pick and roll, and they're going to say a traveling violation as Foster didn't fully sell out on the hedge, and they I think they were daring Gauger to pass it to Deke, and as soon as Deke got it, he traveled.
Well, I want to see what this lineup can do here. This is a big lineup for Oskaloosa. Should be able to just pass the ball around over the top.
15 seconds left here in the first.
Nobody's moving.
Yates will get a screen.
There's a screen, but we're just standing in the corners.
Holding for one shot, it appears. They go down low. Here's Foster. Back to Henry. Two-hand stuff on the give and go. And that will end the first quarter as Oskaloosa, a 16-10 quarter with 3 dunks, and Cole Henry and Xavier Foster doing all of the damage. It is Oskaloosa 16, Indianola 10 here on the No Coast Network.
There's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Mira and Cheeto or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
Oskaloosa with a 16-10 lead, 10 points for Cole Henry, 6 by Xavier Foster. So the bigs doing the damage here in this first quarter. But at the start of the second, Gauger gets around a couple of screens, and his pass tipped out by Cruz out of bounds. And it'll be the same lineup for Oskaloosa coming out to start the second. The big lineup: Foster, Henry, Cruz, Yates, and Nunnikoven. Indianola, they have the same 5 out there as well: Orwig, Vesey, Gauger, along with Cole Scott, actually, who's back in the game and held. Shot missed, rebound loose. Henry comes out of there with it. Nearly got an over-the-back call. Fires it ahead, just a little too much sauce on it for Foster. And
it was a good look. It was just too hard a pass. He's got to put a little loft on that, and Xavier be able to get that.
I don't mind that, though. I like seeing him run like that.
We've talked about it before. I want to see him get out and run. If they're going to make a few turnovers, at least they're getting out running. Cole Henry is really playing hard right now.
He poked that pass away, but Gauger recovers it in the backcourt. Gauger will get a screen. Foster, not a full hedge, and he'll just race him back to the rim, but then he's going to get called for a little chippy foul as Gauger goes to the line. For Foster, that's his second. That is the 5th Oskaloosa foul, and it will be 2 shots for Evan Gauger, who this season a 76% free throw shooter. First one, bangs home.
Well, so Xavier and Tanner both with 2 early in the second quarter here. And
well, it's kind of an indecision by Xavier. You know, like he wants to hedge, but he's not hedging as this one missed by Gauger. Rebound Foster. They want to push Yates to Henry. Henry, that was somehow through the arms of Vesey, right into Nunikoven's arms.
There you go. Jared was just a little too late cutting through on that curl cut. It's there. He just noticed it a little too late.
They're going to try to get it down to him, but they're going to say he is fouled by Orwig as they battle for position.
And I love seeing Jared Cruz. He's really trying to move his guy out. He's playing hard in the paint right now.
Oski will now go small as Foster will exit with the 2 fouls and Spencer Tucker back in. So that's a whole new dynamic for Oskaloosa on both ends. But it speaks to the versatility that this team has with the 7-man rotation they like to play.
Well, the energy level tonight is much, much better than what we saw against Pella.
Henry, left-hand hook. Good defense by Scott. Rebound on the far side by Gauger, and he'll push it up 1 minute into the second quarter. It's 16-11, Oski by 4. Indianola ball, little pick and roll. As nice up and under by Cole Scott lays it in.
And now when you're going to hedge that and they're just going to split it, there's no Xavier back there, so I think you got to find a different way to guard this high screen.
Nunikoven wide open 3. That's offline. Pulled down by Held on the rebound. Here comes Indianola, trailing by 3. Oh, Gauger, a little hesitation, but before his shot, they're going to wave off the shot attempt. They're going to say Nunikoven fouled him before he got the shot up. This is a break for the Indians. That could have been a 3-point play with the continuation. Either way, it's the 6th team foul on Indians, on the Oskaloosa Indians, I should say. Vesey to inbound. Gauger.
Well, he about beat Nunikoven to the basket there on the inbounds play.
But he is working hard offensively, trying to get himself some looks in. He's already got 4 assists by my count, getting his teammates looks. Vesey around Cruz on the head, kicks it to Orwig. Orwig a pump fake, drives past Henry, leaves it for Cole Scott, but he couldn't handle the pass, and they'll kick it back out and reset the offense.
Teams are attacking our high hedge big time.
Well, they hedge again, but this time Oskaloosa recovers nicely. Over to the right side, this is Gauger. Gauger.
Switched it up there. I like that. If you communicate, you can switch it up.
Held from way downtown. Misses. Rebound Henry. I think he just got impatient with the offense. Here's Henry.
We'll take that.
Yeah, that's a shot. Absolutely.
Let's look for Cruz here. Get off the snide and get a bucket.
Henry wants to go one-on-one with Cole Scott. Cole versus Cole here. Kick out Tucker. He'll launch it again from the volleyball line. This one is in.
Well, he caught that ball in rhythm and was able to really stroke it. Nice pass from Henry out to Spencer, and he drops a bomb to give Oskaloosa a 6-point lead here.
I'm not a huge proponent, as I mentioned earlier, of the 30-foot shot. Is rejected by Cruz on the layup attempt by Scott. Rebound Nunikoven, and Oskaloosa wants to come the other direction.
Good hustle by Cruz down the floor. Good job by Yates to
Tucker
get out.
from 30 again. My goodness.
Well,
timeout Indianola.
He's hot, so get him the ball.
4 assists for Henry. Timeout Indianola. 32nd, we'll keep it here. 5:10 left first half. 22-13 Oskaloosa, their largest lead of the game at 9 here. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of 30-foot jump shots, but since he's been a sophomore, Spencer Tucker's been told if you have space to shoot that ball, don't be afraid to shoot it because you have the ability to make it. Now, while you and I both can sometimes get frustrated watching him shoot those long balls, it is certainly something special when you can stretch a defense out to 30 feet, knowing they have to respect your point guard's ability to stroke the long-range bomb.
Well, and I think the thing is, Emery, you got to recognize, am I hot tonight? Is it my night? Or do I need to back her down a little bit?
Don't fire 6 more up there if it's not.
Spencer seems to be one way or the other. He doesn't shoot himself out of being cold.
Not in that game for sure. You are absolutely correct. Either way, he's hit the last 2, making Oskaloosa a 22-13 lead. And 5 minutes ago in the first half, and then Gauger and Scott were not on the same page. Gauger threw it right to Cole Henry as he was looking for his teammate Cole Scott.
Open underneath. He's doing a great job posting up. We just haven't been able to catch him and get him the ball.
Tucker leaves it for Henry on a pick and roll. Nice pivot foot, little fadeaway spin
that was
move.
a
Hook.
beautiful move.
Man, he stepped in, kept the pivot foot locked in, spun back to his left, his preferred hand, and made the little hook shot. It's now an 11-point lead for Oskaloosa, 24-13, 4.5 to go in the second. Here's Vesey working on Tucker, gets around him, gets around Cruz, draws the foul, and gets the finish. Quinn Vesey, we haven't said his name hardly at all. He's not been involved in the offense at all, but there, a really creative finish, and he'll go to the line to complete a 3-point play.
Well, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but eventually we need to go underneath some screens and make them prove that they can knock down that three off of the screen.
Well, Vesey may not be the guy, or may be the guy you want to do that with, under 30% from three on the season, as he does make the free throw and completes the 3-point play. It's 24-16, Oski by 8, 4:15 to go, first half. Here's Henry down on the block, kick out. Tucker thought about the three, instead leaves it for Henry. Henry goes up strong, is fouled, he'll go to the line for two.
Nice job by Henry and Spencer on the two-man game. Spencer faked the shot, dribble drive, and then hit Henry for a nice look inside.
Just knowing where the help is coming and the angles of which to pass, this is good offense from Oskaloosa.
Yes, this is as good as we've seen, I think, in a while.
That's the second foul, by the way, on Cole Scott. So Matt Deke is back to the scores table as Henry misses the first free throw. Oskaloosa's free throw shooting has been better of late. They went 10 for 10 at the line against Pella on Tuesday.
Yeah, and they are up to 61%. That was below 60.
Yeah, they dipped below 60 for sure.
Indianola only shoots 60% from the line.
Second one, Cole short. Deke, who just checked in for Cole Scott, will collect the board. So 0 for 2 to start out with here. You felt a couple of misses were due after the 10 for 10 showing against Pella as a team. Halfway through this second quarter, it's still an 8-point Oskaloosa advantage as Gauger spins in, but good team defense. He'll bounce it back outside to Orwig. He goes in on Henry. Tough shot, but gets the finish off glass.
Just kind of threw it up there and banked it in.
Tucker brings it ahead quickly for Oskaloosa with a 6-point lead. Right wings, this is Henry. Over to Tucker, he pump fakes, he's got space, but again, it's not really his game to shoot it off the dribble that much. Yates goes off the dribble, finds a cutting Nunikoven, and his shot, and they're gonna, late foul.
Late foul, we needed that. Tucker, nice cut to the basket by Nunikoven. Good find by Yates.
Pet peeve. Referees who watch the result of the play before making a call if it's a foul or not. It's a foul or it's not a foul.
Yeah,
you don't wait to see if it misses or makes the shot.
You think he was going to see if it went in, huh? So here we go with the free throw shooting. 0 for 3 here in the last 3 shots.
Nunikoven misses the first. I'm just saying, Doug, if it was a foul, it was a foul before he missed the shot.
I agree.
Second one, Tucker, he gets the roll off the front iron. Yeah, I like Oskaloosa, but I'm going to call that one down the middle. It's a foul or it's not a foul. Oski by 7, 25-18 with 3:15 to go in the second. Gauger tripped up, no foul called. 5 seconds. Click, kicks it out. And out by the volleyball line, Vesey will settle it down, working on Tucker. I think they want this matchup, but Vesey can't hit the 3-pointers. So he's got to do it all on the attack. And there he goes attacking with the left hand again.
Tucker's going behind the screen and going at an angle, and both of our guys were going at the angle.
Yates, left corner, hands it off. Tucker lobs it, high, looking inside. It was a good job by Gauger reading it from the backside, forces the turnover. 2:45 left first half, 25-20. Here's Vesey, that's a tough shot, blocked by Cruz. What a great job saving it off of Nunikoven by Deke, and I think it's going to stay down here with Indianola.
Well, was his foot out of bounds when he took off?
That's what he's saying now. The official here is saying that.
he was grabbing the ball way back there.
Well, let's see. Now other officials are talking about it, and our official down here's call is going to stand.
Yeah, Mr. Mechanics he's on it.
Well, he pointed at the end line when he made the call.
His foot touched before he jumped out of bounds.
All right. Either way, it's Oski ball. 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. 25-20, they lead by 5. Henry faces up from 15, left alone, but he wants to attack even further, working on Deke. Kicks it over to Yates. He's open, right wing 3 on the way. Too strong. Long rebound. Nunikoven saves it to Cruz. And then a kick out. Tucker Tees up a three. In and out. Rebound Gauger.
That ball went around the rim and out.
2:10 left, but what a hustle play by Nunnekoven. He stays in front of Gauger. Gauger fades on him, misses. Nunnekoven playing well on both ends.
Yes,
Crews the rebound. Timeout Oskaloosa. Full timeout with 2 minutes to play in the first half. 25-20. Oski by 5. We'll take a short break. Be back with the last 2 minutes of the first half in the No Coast Network.
Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-through and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
We're back here live, 25-20. Oskaloosa a 5-point lead coming out of the timeout. 2 minutes left first half. We're talking about it. Oskaloosa has played pretty well in this game. The energy level's been good. Indianola's played pretty well as well. But it's that thing defensively with the hedging that you're trying to say, we need to figure something out with that.
Well, I think you brought up a good point, Emery. Maybe it depends on what player has the ball and how you're going to hedge it or go underneath it. If a guy's dribbling, going off the screen that can't shoot the three, you want to go underneath it.
I'm a big personnel guy. You play your personnel. Either way, though, Oskaloosa has the ball with a 5-point lead. Nunnekoven and Henry playing catch on the left side of the floor. Still,
Cruz has got to be careful. He's got threes.
He's bouncing inside. Nice backdoor cut. Rejected by Gauger. It's a good look from Nunnekoven. Henry, it was Yates who found him, but the shot rejected by Gauger, but it'll stay down here.
Well, Nunnekoven looks to be one of our more effective players at cutting to the basket and getting good looks off of his cuts.
Down low, here is Henry, finds another cutting Nunnekoven, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 more.
There he is again. He's not sitting there watching guys that have the ball. He's moving and cutting to the basket.
Every time.
And it's paying off.
The foul was the first on Gauger. It's a 6th team foul for Indianola, so the fouls have kind of evened up, even though Ossie's got 2 important players in DeCock and Foster who are playing with 2 fouls, but they've been on the bench for a while. And Oski's buying him time.
Oh, they're doing fine without Tanner and Xavier out there.
Nunnekoven will have 2 shots. His first is in there.
I think they've probably kept the lead right about where it was at. They make this shot here.
Oh, maybe even more.
Yep.
Second one, Nunnekoven, nothing but net. 3 for 4 at the line for Tucker Nunnekoven in the game, and it's 27-20. Oskaloosa by 7 as Vesey will walk it into the front court.
Nunnekoven continues his good play after the Christmas break.
He's guarding Gauger, gets screened, tries to go around the screen, gets some help from Cruz. He probes, kicks it out to Orwig. Orwig drives, leaves it for Deke. Back out Orwig.
Okay.
He'll shoot the 3, and it's way off, air ball, out of bounds. And it was good recovery inside there, Doug, for the Oski defense.
So what you saw right there was number 33 for Indianola is no offensive factor at all.
Matt Deke.
He had the ball under the basket. All he had to do was turn around and shoot it, and he threw it out.
He averages 1.5 points per game.
Okay, so whoever's guarding him needs to be ready to pick up a charge on these dribble drives off these screens.
Henry with Gauger ready to help out Deke if he needs to. Henry, little lefty floater in the lane once again is money. He's got 14 in the first half.
Good job by Henry. He sets that up to the right and then spins back to his left hand, and that's a tough shot to stop.
It's like a sky hook almost.
Yeah, it's a little half hook.
I mean, with his length, nobody's going to be blocking that shot. Gauger on a little 3-man weave. Cruz forces a pickup. They go to Vesey in the corner. He's not a 3-point shooter. He'll kick it back out to Gauger, who is a 3-point shooter.
So you talk about personnel. So if 33's setting the screen, he's not a pick-and-roll factor because he's a non-offensive player. So you can hedge. If you're guarding him, you can hedge.
Here is the last 7 seconds as Indianola has decided they'll just wait for one. Double screen. There's a big hedge. Nowhere to go for Vesey. It gets it to Orwig at the horn, off the mark. Good defense by Oskaloosa. And we go to the half with the Indians tied for their largest lead of the night, 29-20 over Indianola. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show right after this here on the No Coast Network.
Can I get some?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
This is the Pepsi that's got a date with your taste buds. We're talking a two-step with you and 2 tacos at 2 a.m.
Order number 83. Come on, you're up.
This is the Pepsi that has mastered the art of the late-night munchies and is always down to dig into some deep dish. This is the Pepsi for po' boys, pulled pork sliders, and the godfather of all sandwiches, the Godfather. This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
Layton State Bank understands that everyone's financial needs and goals are different. That's why it's essential for you to bank with a local bank that knows you personally and professionally. Layton State Bank is that bank. They understand your financial situation and work diligently to help you reach your financial goals. They're committed to working with you and for you every step of the way. Layton State Bank, serving you from Layton, Pella, and Monroe. Grow strong with us, member FDIC.
Providing high-quality professional eye care with a truly caring staff is what Oskaloosa Vision Center has been doing for more than 30 years. With our state-of-the-art equipment, we can provide comprehensive eye exams, prescription glasses, and contact lenses, as well as medical care like eye infection and disease treatment, emergency eye care, and pre- and post-operative aid. Newborn to adult, we have the experience to meet all your eye care needs. Oskaloosa Vision Center. Come see us today.
Experience and talent can take you far in the game of basketball, and the same is true for real estate. Hawkeye Real Estate in Oskaloosa has the largest pool of experienced real estate professionals ready to assist you through the home buying or selling process. Make the slam dunk choice and get the job done with an experienced and talented Hawkeye agent. See what the most experience can do for you. Call 641-673-MOVE. or visit us at hawkeye-re.com. Proud sponsor of the Oskaloosa Indians' new Dunkometer.
The student community at William Penn made an impression on me. It's a real statement that you can come here and be part of something real.
You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class.
I am a leader.
I am a trailblazer.
I'm proud to be a statesman.
Indianola celebrating some more senior night activities. We saw the dance team for Indianola do a little short performance here and for the hometown crowd. Your halftime score in boys basketball, Oskaloosa a 29-20 lead. You're listening to us on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN. RadioKMZN.com for a live video stream, as well as MCG Channel 7. We appreciate you joining us, as well as on the KMZN mobile app. Emery Songer, Doug DeCock, Kenny Jones back in the No Coast Network studios. Titus Letzering doing our thing here live on the No Coast Network as our director on site, with some help from the Oskaloosa Video Production Program over at Oskaloosa High School under the direction of Kim Guile. So 29-20. Oski the 9-point lead. We saw great energy, Doug. 14 first half points for Cole Henry, as well as 4 rebounds, 4 assists, all team highs. 6 points for Xavier Foster, all in the first quarter, and then he had to come out early in the second due to foul trouble. 6 points for Spencer Tucker, both on 30-foot-long three-pointers on back-to-back possessions. And then Tucker Nunnikov had made 3 free throws and was really active on both sides of the ball. Yates played pretty well in that first half. Evan Gogger only has 3 points. Vesey only has 5. It's been Jack Orwig with 7 that's been their leading scorer. But we've seen Oski kind of adjust the defense a little bit. I'd like to see that defense continue to get adjusted, because I talked about it. There are certain guys for Indianola when they have the basketball, like Gogger, that you really have to watch, because they can pull that shot from anywhere on the floor as soon as they get around a screen. But a guy like Quinn Vesey, who's not really a three-point shooter, not a real three-point shooting threat, you can go under the screen realistically and dare him to shoot. Then you throw in who's his pick and roll partner. If it's a guy like Matt Deke, I mean, they're not even going to be looking for him on the roll.
Right.
And he's not that good of a finisher underneath. So overall, I think Oskaloosa made some good adjustments later in that second quarter, and that's why they were able to build a 9-point lead.
Yeah, and one thing on that, if you're gonna hedge, it is imperative that your backside defender is getting over there and helping, and so they're forcing a pass across the court. You can't sit there and let them get that pick and roll going like that. You've got to cheat over a little bit so they throw the ball over to the other side. But all in all, I'm very pleased with the effort tonight. That's one thing I was looking for, is what are we going to do? Are we going to come out here and play and take this championship, or are we going to let Indianola steal it from us, or knock us back into a tie? So good job so far. Nunnakoven's brought a lot of good energy. Just all in all, a pretty good half for Oskaloosa.
The Indians will be looking to try to continue to improve on that. Neither team was really saddled with any turnover trouble. Oski had 3 turnovers. Indianola had 2 turnovers. In terms of foul situation, Oskaloosa has Tanner DeCock and Xavier Foster with 2 fouls. 2 fouls for Cole Scott for Indianola. So it's been a pretty physical half, a pretty clean half, but it should be a fun second half of basketball as Oskaloosa leads Indianola on the road 29-20. We'll take another break, come back with the second half of basketball right after this on the No Coast Network.
Come here and be part of something real. You have the opportunity to participate in activities.
The coaches are awesome. It's easy to play for coaches that care about you.
The real experiences at Penn have helped shape who I'm going to be when I graduate. I work harder because I want to be part of the conversation in class. I am a leader. I am a trailblazer. I'm proud to be a statesman.
Swim Sports is once again open in Oskaloosa. This is Doug DeCock, the new owner of Swims. Along with Doug Swim, we are happy to be open again. Swims has a wide variety of trophies, plaques, and engraving available to Oskaloosa and the surrounding areas. We have an assortment of uniforms, socks, and belts, along with other sporting goods at the store. Swim Sports also provides a full screen printing facility for your screen printing needs. Come check out the new store at 118 A Avenue East in Oskaloosa. The two Dougs would love to see you at Swim Sports.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Thank you. Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
We love to help people with their smiles. Petrito Orthodontics of Ottumwa and Oskaloosa is all about creating beautiful smiles and increased self-esteem that lasts a lifetime. We specialize in creating individualized smiles by committing to make each visit a memorable experience. Our office is equipped with state-of-the-art technology to ensure optimum results. For help with your smile, call Petrito Orthodontics.
Main Street Oskaloosa is dedicated to giving our community the downtown they want and deserve. We bring vibrant community events like Art on the Square, Christmas in July, and the Lighted Christmas Parade to downtown Oskaloosa. We believe in the unique value of our district and work to support business here. Our city's history is important and it drives our efforts in the revitalization and preservation of downtown. In 2017, we received the Signature Project Award for our inspiring and innovative placemaking efforts. Our goal is a downtown Oskaloosa can be proud of. For more information, contact Emily Brown at 641-672-2591.
Dreams start early, illustrated straight from the heart. Big or small, dreams take hard work to grow into reality. To bring your dreams to life, sometimes you need a little help. So surround yourself with people who believe in your dreams and count on Bank Iowa to help you reach them. Bank Iowa, for the dreamer in all of us.
About 3 minutes away from the start of the second half as we wrap up the senior night festivities here at Indianola High School. I like this facility they got here. Obviously, this is a big school, the biggest school in terms of enrollment in the entire Little Hawkeye Conference. But one thing that I like about having a team like this in your conference is immediately add some more legitimacy. Not only did we have good teams like Dallas Center, Grimes in a lot of sports, and Norwalk, these bigger schools, Newton, Grinnell, you know, Pella obviously competing for championships, but you add another big school into this conference, that adds a challenge in all sports. And this boys basketball team, second year into this conference, Doug, they've certainly shown that you're not going to have to sleep on us for very long. We're going to be right there, and we're seeing a lot of promise from them, especially with the two junior guards, Vesey and Gauger. But the question now becomes for Oskaloosa, can they keep the pressure on these guys? Because although they have been competitive and have been able to win some close games, especially recently, at the same time, they don't have to deal with a lot of length that Oskaloosa deals with. Usually Gauger might be the longest guy on the floor at any one game, and they're asking him to guard Xavier Foster on the other end of the floor, which Xavier's got at least 7 inches on the guy.
Yeah, and to get back to your point with Indianola joining the conference, they won girls basketball, they won baseball. They're going to be a factor in everything. They're a big school. I mean, they're eventually going to be the basketball. They're going to be right up there. So, you know, it's just going to get tougher. But talking about Gauger, he's done a decent job. Xavier's got a lot of height on him, but he's only got the 1 foul, and he's dangerous dribbling to the basket. It worries me every time when he's going on dribble drive off of that screen. One thing about it is if you get your hips turned sideways or parallel to the guy, you're in trouble on defense. So you've got to be able to square him up a little bit to stop his dribble drive.
He is a guy that you also have to respect outside the arc. He's about 33% on the season from outside the arc, but he'll take that shot if you go under the screen. Now, Vesey's under 30%, but he even shoots it more frequently. It's usually Held who they're trying to set up, and maybe even Orwig who they're trying to set up off the ball for those three-point looks. But if you're Oskaloosa, what they did defensively in the first half was excellent in terms of trying to limit that. It was the pick and roll game that Indianola was really looking to try to get going. And if they can defend the pick and roll, force some outside jump shots, maybe we'll see another adjustment. But we'll see what head coach Brett Watson and Indianola tries to do here, because they're down 9. Oskaloosa is going to come back with the starting 5 here, and it's not going to be easy when you're dealing with 6'11", 6'9", and 6'5" up front.
No, and we don't mean to be nitpicky. Indianola scored 20 points in that half, so Oskaloosa's defense
absolutely
did a great job. We're just looking at things, and we look down the road too. You get against a team that's got a good big man and a good guard, they're going to run this same thing. So, but no, good job by the Oskaloosa defense in that first half.
Same 5 to start the second half as started the game for both teams. It's Cruz, Tucker, DeCock, Foster, and Henry for Oskaloosa. It's Gauger, Cole Scott, along with Brady Held, Quinn Vesey, and Trent Orwig are the 5 out there for Indianola. Again, on your scoreboard, as you watch us at home, Indians is Indianola, whereas Oski is Oskaloosa. Please don't get confused. Here's Henry down on the block. He got a switch with Gauger. Left-hand hook is money again.
Yeah, good job by the Indians isolating Henry down low with Gauger, and they can just turn and shoot on with their height right there. Really taking advantage of their height right here.
Gauger goes back door, can't handle the pass to Oskaloosa.
This is big. If we can get this up to 15, 16 points here early in the second half, I think it bodes well for Oskaloosa.
7:31 left. Oski shooting at our left hoop second half. Shooting at our right hoop here in the second half is Indianola. Oskaloosa leading by 11, 31-20, early moments, second half. Backdoor cut, Cruz, catch, lay-in. Good look from Cole Henry.
And that's a new thing right there, so good start for the Indians out of the box.
That's the first 2 points of the game for Jared Cruz, and Oskaloosa still leads at 33-20. Full timeout for Indianola immediately, less than a minute in to this third quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with more after this on the No Coast Network.
Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we're proud to keep the Oskaloosa Indians and their fans safe and feeling good on and off the field. Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy is the expert in injury care, orthopedics, and sports rehab, with a new facility in Oskaloosa, complete with an open gym area in addition to several private treatment rooms. If pain is bugging you, come see the experts at Kinetic Edge for a free injury screen. Find out more, including why the Oskaloosa Indians trust Kinetic Edge, at kineticedgept.com.
Oskaloosa comes out of the timeout. Backdoor cut. Cole Henry able to lead Cruz to the bucket. Henry, by the way, 16 points. 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. The kid is a machine. And that was the first 2 points, Jared Cruz, after I talked about how important it is for him to have big games for Oskaloosa to look good. Well, Doug, Oski's doing pretty well with Cole Henry leading the charge.
Yeah, and we talked off air there a little bit. I got to give Coach Parker some credit because I think those first 2 possessions were a direct result of Coach Parker making some changes in the locker room.
Here's Gauger to bring it up. Indianola after the timeout. They have the basketball down 13, 33-20. Vesey with it. And Foster doesn't hedge, but cuts off.
The first 2 times he did not hedge that all the way out like he had been doing.
Vesey shoots it from 25 and knocks it down. You'll give him that shot, though. Less than 30%, as I said, but he shoots a lot of threes. He will make 1 or 2 a game, but he shoots about 4 times per game from outside the arc at least. That's his first attempt of this game. Here's Henry again. Surveys, goes to the right wing to Tucker. He'll go baseline, gets by Vesey, but his layup is short. Rebound pulled down by Cole Scott.
Well, nice job by Cruz working. They were trying to get that little back, circle back.
Gauger can shoot the 3. This one's short. Rebound poked out of bounds by Orwig, out of the hands of Cruz, who had beaten him to the spot, and it goes back to Oskaloosa, leading by 10.
That last play that Oskaloosa runs with the weave up top, and then Cruz circles around, that works a lot of times, but Indianola was ready for it.
Oskaloosa with it. Foster misses the long 3. The rebound, Gauger, and he'll bring it ahead. Oski back defensively. Held, it goes cross court to the right wing to Gauger. Gauger slides in, a lot of contact, and gets the finish over to Koch. He's got 5 in the game, but hasn't really gotten going to this point. Tucker gets it to Cruz, well outside of the top of the key. They're trying to post up Foster on Cole Scott, who's already got 2 fouls.
Well, that'd be a good place to go. Xavier needs to just slide right in there and he can get the ball. Cut to the ball. There he goes.
And DeCock lobs it into him. He's got it. Power dribble. Leaves it for Tanner. Tanner probes back outside. Goes back to Foster. Foster goes back outside. His pass is knocked away by Vesey, and it'll stay here with Oskaloosa.
Well, Oskaloosa wants to exploit Cruz's matchup, it seems like, on the inside to be that he's working really hard trying to get open in the post. Now, Indianola starting to face guard Tucker a little bit on the outside.
Here's Henry, gets it, 18-foot jump shot, top of the key, left short by DeCock. Vesey comes out of there with the board. He wants to push for Indianola. He'll go all the way, but cut off nicely. Pass was tipped away, and they have to settle it way back out by the volleyball line.
Well, Tanner was falling away a little bit on that.
Gauger hands it off. Held will shoot the 3, right wing, way off the mark, but Gauger skies over DeCock for the rebound, but a bad pass stolen away by Tucker. He leaves it for Henry, goes in with the left-hand slam.
Boy, nice job by Henry. I thought he was too far out on that, and he stretched it out to get the slam. So Oskaloosa definitely playing the hedge different this half. Foster is not hedging near as hard as he did in the first half.
And he's protecting the drive.
Yes, he is. There he is.
Yep, Gauger drives, does find a lane to get it to Scott, but he has no lane to shoot.
Working.
They have no angle to shoot. Vesey another deep 3, and again he hits. Like I said, in the scouting report, I'm giving him that shot. He's a 29% three-point shooter. And that's from 25 feet out. Foster mid-ranger, fade away, in and out.
Boy, look, nice shot there. We'll take that shot. Ball is down and out.
35-28 is the score with 4:15 to go. Vesey just runs into Foster, somehow finishes, and Quinn Vesey has taken over this game. He's got 13 all of a sudden.
Might need to look for a timeout here if you're Oskaloosa.
35-30, Oski still leading by 5, but Indianola responding with Quinn Vesey leading the charge. Here, just outside of 5 feet, and there's a traveling violation on Foster, who picked up the pivot foot before the little dish to a cutting DeCock. Xavier getting the overrated chance from Indianola's student section, and I know that as a young man that can creep into your head, but he's just got to keep playing ball, and it's going to come back to him here.
Well, you need to be focused on what you're doing out on the court here.
Here is Gauger, guarded by DeCock, gets a screen. Again, they don't hedge. Gauger has nowhere to go. Yeah, this is a great adjustment by Coach Parker and his staff. Down on the block, they kick out. Gauger left wing 3, that's long. Rebound Vesey though. Man, he's taken over the game in all sorts of factors. 3.5 left, third quarter, 35-30. Oski leading by 5, but Indianola on a little push here.
Well, they've switched up the way they're guarding.
Gauger. Oh, what a scoop shot around Foster.
Well, now it's down to a 3-point game.
Coach Parker's going to let it ride for now.
Yeah, I think we need a timeout. I thought the last possession we might.
And Tucker throws it right off of Cruz, who was looking behind him. Vesey lays it in.
Now we need a timeout. How long are we going to go here?
Quickly ahead, here's Tucker. Tie game, or pardon, 1-point game. Oski leading by 1, 35-34. Here's Henry working on Gauger. Knocked away from behind. Stolen. Orwig.
Well, they're going to be behind.
They find Orwig. He misses the lay-in. DeCock gets, they're going to call it a jump ball. It's going to stay down here as Orwig and DeCock battled for the rebound. It'll be Cruz to come out. His nose is bleeding after getting hit in the face with the ball. And Yates will come in for him.
Well, that's the problem with looking over at the bench. I don't know.
I haven't seen that one before.
You know.
So Oski had up to an 11-point lead, but Indianola has charged back, led by good defense as Orwig spins all the way in and lays it in.
Xavier is not, he's back there, but he's not standing firm and holding his ground, and he's letting the guys get inside of him.
Okay, so now, as Oskaloosa tries to recover here, Indianola's outscored the Oski Indians by 12 in the last 4 minutes of basketball.
Well, our interior guys are standing there, but they're letting guys get through them.
Henry backing in, double team, finds DeCock on a cut, and he gets the lay-in. Good look from Henry, good finish by Tanner, and that's when Coach wants the timeout as Oski retakes the lead, a 30-second timeout. Coach Parker wants the team to recover from some adversity, and we'll see what they do here with a 30-second timeout.
I'm baffled. The switch they made is stopping the penetration, but then we stay soft and all the way to the basket, and they're letting guys get all the way to the basket, where if they just D them up right out here, they throw it back out.
DeJuan, Xavier's dad and assistant coach for Oskaloosa, has been looking at Xavier and just been talking to him about stuff since the timeout started. So I'm guessing that'd be where they're going to address that, because Xavier with 2 fouls, I know he doesn't want to pick up a third, but he's got to stay aggressive on the defensive end. We like that we're cutting him off, but they're still working their way into the paint.
Yeah, I mean, I like the change in defense and what Coach Parker's done here. Now, we just got to execute out there on the floor and not be so soft inside.
2:06 left here in the third, 37-36. Oski leading by 1, but Indianola ball. Quinn Vesey has been the star of the second half so far, and he'll drive in on Tucker. Pump fake, rejected, but they're going to call a foul, and it's on Tucker. Tucker bumped him. It was Tucker who bumped him. So the block was clean, but it was Tucker underneath who gave him a bump on the shot. Second foul on Spencer, and that is the first foul on either team in this entire third quarter. 1:57 left in the third, and Vesey's not a great shooter.
Well, their team is only at 60%. They're one of the few teams in the league that probably shoots worse than us from the free throw line.
Vesey just 53%. He's not a good shooter, but he's buried 2 threes in this third quarter to help get Indianola back into it. He does make the second after it bounces in off the front iron. He's got 16 all of a sudden. Here's Tucker, who walks it into the front court here for Oskaloosa, gets it to Yates on the right wing. Yates lobs it down to the block. Here is Henry in traffic, in and out, but it's Foster, the offensive board, in the putback.
Good job by Xavier to follow up there, so the Indians now with the 2-point lead. Good aggressive move by Cole Henry, too, so that's what you like to see out of your big guys.
And I'd keep going in there right now, Doug, for sure.
Yeah.
That's where the advantage is. 1:30 left. There is a foul on a block, and Xavier again on the edge, and that's the second time Vesey's gotten him on that.
Well, and that's what we talked about. He's 33 foot away or whatever from the basket. He turned his body. If you're going to get that, you got to let him run into your chest and fall over.
I don't necessarily know about a hedge that far out anyway.
I don't either.
Here's Gauger, nice crossover, goes up over Foster. What a creative finish by Gauger on the floater over the big man. 39 all with 1:15 to go, and it's a tight ball game here. Oski led by as many as 13 earlier this quarter. Indianola charged right back at him and took a 1-point lead. We're tied at 39 now. Cross-court pass, Yates finds Tucker. He'll shoot it over Vesey. That's way left. Rebound loose, and Brady Held comes out of there with it for Indianola.
Well, good recovery there on defense to put some pressure on Tucker's three-point shot.
Vesey again on the closeout.
Yeah.
He's playing one heck of a third quarter here. Gauger kind of in and out, lost the dribble, tries to drop it down as Cole Scott, then he just shuffles it out. Good interior defense again by Oskaloosa with 45 seconds left in the third. Here's Vesey to the right side, Held goes to the block. Scott throws it right to Spencer Tucker on a steal. Tucker dribbles around, goes back door to Henry, and he is fouled before the shot as Orwig was hustling back defensively. That'll be the first Indianola foul of the half, and it will be on the floor as Cruz will come back in. Second foul on Orwig. As mentioned, first Indianola foul. Is Foster out, Cruz back in after the bloody nose, which that play doesn't happen too frequently, you wouldn't think.
Good substitution there by Parker with 3 fouls, getting Foster out of the game. We're just standing there on our inbounds plays after we make our initial cut. You got to keep moving.
Tucker, top of the key. Henry thought about it. Now fires short. Gauger corrals the rebound with one hand.
Well, they want us to shoot that shot.
He's hit a couple in the game, Cole has, but it's not been something he's relied on very much at all this season. 15 seconds left. Indianola will hold for one as Oskaloosa got off to a flyery start here in the third.
Well,
but Indianola
Cole
just
needs
came
to
right
slide
back
in and help on defense. He's way too far out towards his guy.
Gauger spins in, shoots it over to Koch, gets 2. 1 second left. Yates from half court missed. Indianola will take a 41-39 lead into the fourth quarter after an impressive 21-point third led by Quinn Vesey, who had 11 in the period. We'll take a short break. Be back with the fourth. Indianola by 2 over Oski here on the No Coast Network.
Look at that mouth. That poor, parched mouth. What'd you eat for lunch? Chalk dust? Did your face storm a sandcastle? You're being awfully quiet. Is that because your mouth feels like the business end of a Dremel saw? Is it because your mouth just wrote a haiku and all 17 syllables were dry heaves? Right now, your mouth could be tongue bathing in the refreshing citrus kick of Mountain Dew. Instead, it feels like you've been motorboating King Tut's sarcophagus. Show some mercy. Crack open an ice cold Mountain Dew. You know your mouth wants you to. Do the Dew.
You built a castle so that the prince and princess can live happily ever after. You brought the sunshine to shine upon the whole family's future. But when the sun hides behind the clouds, State Farm can help. We put the life back in life insurance to protect your family's finances, not only in the future, but today.
Call your State Farm agent Kelly Style in Oskaloosa today.
We're back here live. Indianola, a great third quarter by Quinn Vesey, who leads the way with 16 for Indianola. And Indianola leads Oski 41-39 as we start the fourth quarter. It's DeCock, Yates, Tucker, Cruz, and Henry out there for the Indians of Oskaloosa, while Indianola comes out there with Deke, who checked into the game as there's an illegal screen on Oskaloosa. And it is on Tucker again.
Was it on Cruz or Tucker?
No, it's Tucker.
Yeah, frustration setting in for Oskaloosa right now. They trail by 2. They've been outscored, what was it, 21-6?
To finish that quarter out.
Finish that quarter, so things are not going well for the maroon and white.
Here is Indianola with 7:40 to go, leading by 2 already. Vesey's hit a couple threes from the right wing, but not really his game. He's going
a mismatch underneath. Got to get help back there.
And then Tucker goes for the steal. Deke commits a charge.
Well, luckily, Yates came over, but I talked about it. Our backside defense has got to play more towards the ball instead of way over there. We got there, but barely in time.
All right, so Coach Brett Watson is going to call Vesey off of face guarding Tucker for the time being, but he will still guard him. Here's Henry on the right wing, giving him space to shoot. He won't. He'll back in on Deke, go up, kick it out. Yates, right wing. Now he'll leave it for DeCock. DeCock probes down to the short corner, and Cruz, who still just has the 2 points.
Good, much better movement on the offense right now.
Henry drives all the way to the lane and scores it. And they gave him space to operate, and he's got 20.
Yeah, we had guys cutting through. We had defenders moving around. That was much better movement on offense.
It's Gauger, Deke, Held, Orwig, and Vesey out there with Cole Scott on the bench. Oski's only played 7 guys. Indianola's only played 6 guys. Here's Vesey outside, guarded closely by Tucker. A little inside look for Deke, and he lays it in. Good little pick and roll there as the defense was late after they doubled the guy with the ball.
Yeah. That's a
Henry.
foul.
A lot of contact on Deke, but no foul called. Gauger picks up the rebound. Indianola looking to increase. Oh, what a spin move, but he lost it. The steal will go down for Cruz. And here comes Tucker. He wants to push. He'll go all the way. Right-hand layup is good.
Well, we got a barn burner. I figured this is how this game was going to go. It's going to come right down to the end.
Yeah, it was Vesey with it, gets it over to Deke, and we'll see how Indianola can keep playing it. Oskaloosa's defense for the first 5 minutes, or the first 3 minutes rather, of the third quarter was good as Vesey fires up a left-hand shot put. Rebound is loose, and Cruz eventually will secure it for Oski.
Boy.
After everybody's kind of watching it in a maroon uniform. Henry, top of the key. I think his time of shooting threes has come to an end. He lobs it looking for Cruz, but just misses him by a little bit long. And it goes back over. That's a 6th Indian turnover. Indianola has 7 turnovers. And we're tied at 43. Only one player in the game has 3 fouls, make that 2, and that's Tucker for Oskaloosa along with Foster. All right, 5.5 left. We got a good one brewing here in Indianola. Oskaloosa wins. They are outright conference champions. Here is Gauger. Gauger picked up on a hedge. Again, they leave Deke wide open.
Wow, nice pass. But there, once again, our backside defender is nowhere to be found.
Well, we talk about Deke only averages 1.5 points per game, but he's wide open for layups there. They got to find a way to cut off that passing lane if they're going to hedge and double. Kick out to Yates, well outside the arc. Here on the right, on the left side rather, on the block. Henry fouled, and he'll draw the 13th foul in Indianola. 5:04 to go. This one is going to be on Deke, and that's his 3rd.
Well, they're giving Cruz a wide open little 15-footer, and he's not looking at it for some reason off the elbow there. He's just looking to dribble drive every time, but they're playing off of him, taking away his dribble drive.
Deke will come out, replaced again by Cole Scott. Henry comes out for the time being, replaced by Foster. I'm sure we'll see Cole enter the game again here soon. They bounce this in to Cruz on the block. Cruz goes into the corner to DeCock. They want to get Cruz again, but the angle's not there. Good defense, and the pass is tipped by Scott. It'll stay here.
Well, not too bad a look.
By the way, I'm being informed that the junior varsity Oski boys have beat Pella 66-58.
All right, good for them.
Thanks to Mandy Hafner for giving us a heads up on that one. Here's the inbound pass for Oskaloosa. It's Cruz. One dribble, kick out, Yates. Yates guarded by Gauger. He's got good length. Doesn't want to try to shoot over him. Gets a screen. Oskaloosa now goes
late.
Foster. They're trying to get it to Cruz on the block, but they're going to be patient here and make sure they get a good look. Down 2. It's Indianola leading 45-43. Still 4.5 to go. Here's a long 2, but it drops right to Cruz, and he's fouled to go to the line for 2.
Boy, we got a break there. Bad shot, and then Cruz gets the rebound.
Lowest
right
percentage shot you can take is the long 2, especially fading away. Even if you make it, you might as well take the other step backwards and shoot the 3, as Henry will check in here at the next dead ball, or in between the free throws, I should say, as Cruz this year, 59% at the free throw line. His first in, out, and back in. That's just his 3rd point. Just his 3rd point, Doug. He has not played much of a factor on the offensive end, despite them trying to find him early and often down on the block. The 2nd foul. Shot on the way. Cruz in and out this time. So he gets 1, misses the 2nd. Rebound went to Orwig. Gauger will walk it ahead as Indianola with a 45-44 lead here. 4:20 left to play. Gauger rises and hits.
Well, they're going to have to get Nunakoven in if he's going to do that, because Tanner, there comes Nunakoven now. Tanner just cannot defend that play.
Ball stolen on a lazy pass from Tucker. Gauger all the way, lays it in.
Well, now we're down 5, folks.
5-point Indianola lead, 49-44. This team is for real. And there's another bad pass. Stolen. Gauger laying again. Gauger. And Indianola 51, Oskaloosa 44. Full timeout Oskaloosa. 3:50 to go, still plenty of time, but the Indians are going to need to answer the bell here against a red-hot Indianola squad. We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on the No Coast Network.
Pella Printing has been leading the way in the print industry with quality equipment, modern facilities, and skilled staff. The Pella approach combines old-world craftsmanship with today's cutting-edge technology to provide brilliant printed products at a value price. They take the time to understand clients' needs from design to pre-press to printing and delivery to build lasting relationships with their customers. Whether you need personalized graduation announcements, oversized posters and banners, marketing materials, or stationery, Pella Printing offers a broad assortment of quality printed products done with speed and precision. Pella Printing, where technology and craftsmanship meet.
We are back here as the student section for the Indianola High School. They've been very vocal. They know their team is on the up and up, and we've seen that in the second half, Doug. From down 13 to up 7 here with 3.5 to go.
Well, I don't know, Emery. Our offense is just stuck in the mud here. Turnovers, then a couple bad turnovers that led to buckets there towards the end, and before the timeout, I felt like we should have got some timeouts a little bit quicker to kind of stem the tide, but we elected to not do that, and things have kind of gotten away from the Oskaloosa right now.
All right, so Tucker has it. A couple of really bad Oski turnovers the last couple of trips, leading to Gauger transition layups. We'll see if the Indians can get some points here with 3:40 left here in the fourth quarter, down 51-44. It's Henry. Nunikoven came in, checked in for DeCock. They're trying to get Foster, and a bad pass again, throwing it right to the waiting arms of Gauger, who dropped down, read the play, and was able to get the steal again. Him and Vesey this half have been unbelievable. Nunikoven nearly poked that ball away from Gauger, but...
Well, I think that's what you got to do. You got to be a little more active with your hands instead of just chesting him up totally.
Here's a rejection on a drive-by shot.
There was your backside help, which we've been waiting for all night right there.
Rebound Cruz on the block from Henry. 3 is missed, but the rebound Henry, he goes back up, lays it in.
Nice job by Henry on the block, and then running the floor and getting the lay-in.
3 minutes left. Oskaloosa down 5, 51-46.
Henry needs to come towards the ball more.
Gauger, a mid-range jump shot, just rises up and shoots it over Nunikoven. The kid is just making shots. You talked about it in the pregame. They shoot well here, and he is on fire right now. Cruz. Henry outside. Oski down 7. Here's Foster over to the right wing, and Nunikoven finds Cruz underneath, and he is fouled by an aggressive Trent Orwig.
Well, we're getting down to must-make possessions here. They're down 7.
5 team fouls now in Indianola. That is the 4th on Jack Orwig. 53-46. 2:34 left. Nunikoven triggers in, gets it to Cruz. Cruz down to the block again. It is Foster. Foster fading hook shot, miss. Rebound poked around. Vesey the board, and Coach Watson says, "Take it
Slow
easy."
It down. We got an upset here. A 45-point win for Oskaloosa. Was that right?
They only scored 28 points.
Yeah.
Indianola did the first game. Vesey and Gauger look like
four-corner.
Vesey and Gauger are completely different players in this game. As Vesey gets it over to Gauger. Gauger guarded by Nunikoven. They're playing tight. 5-second count is on. And they'll hand it off at about 3.5. Vesey gets by Tucker and now pulls it back out. Under 2 minutes left to play here, and Tucker fouls him. That's his 4th. He fouled him earlier.
Well, this is what I thought some teams would do to us once they got a lead like this. And
well, with no shot clock in high school basketball, it is something that if you can run proper,
you could very well see this in districts with our bigs, all our bigs out there. A team gets a 5-6 point lead, they may just say, hey,
with 6 minutes left even.
We're not going to play.
Oh, Gauger just loses Yates, hands it off to Orwig. They don't want to shoot it. With 100 seconds left, they lead by 7.
Spencer Tucker can't foul if he's got 4.
He's got 4.
That's a problem.
Vesey picked up the dribble too soon. Henry trapped him, and Vesey says, my bad, but they'll call a timeout. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. So with 1:32 left, you almost have to foul now, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so now if you have to foul.
Well, you get Spencer, well.
Okay, but here's the thing. It makes no sense to not foul. This team isn't a good free throw shooting team.
Right, yeah.
And you have another 2 fouls yet to give, which is going to take 10 seconds to give.
Yeah.
So you got to try to get into that 1-and-1s. By the way, if you foul anybody besides Evan Gauger that we've seen today, it's a 50-50 shot that they miss. The only other guy that is over 60% on this team is Gavin Smith, who we have not seen in the game at all. I'm sure they will think about checking him in if they get into severe situation and they can't make any free throws. But as it stands right now, number 2 for Indianola is the only guy that can make any free throws on a regular basis. Everybody else struggles with that.
Well, you're right. It's foul him.
Foster
Go for
does.
The ball, Xavier.
He just kind of patted him on the back, waiting for a foul call. For Xavier, that's 4.
We still got 2 fouls to give, or 1 foul to give.
1 more foul to give, and then the next foul would be a 1-and-1 with 1:30 to go. Oski down 7. It's going to take quite a bit for them to come back now. Orwig gets it in, held, and Cruz went in there looking for a jump ball. The possession arrow favors Indianola, but they will get Cruz for his 2nd foul. And now it'll be 1-and-1.
Now you almost got a double Gauger. Then he gets it too easy.
They go over to Held, though.
Foul. Foul him. No, not him.
Well, we'll see. Gauger with it in the mid-range. And then Tucker comes from behind and steals it. That's a good play by Spencer Tucker. They go down to Cruz underneath, and he lays it in. Timeout, Oskaloosa.
Right away. Just foul right away.
All right, so you're back within 5 now. That was a savvy play there by Tucker, flying across and getting the steal.
Put Nunnakoven in for Spencer, and then
Nunnakoven only has the 1 foul.
Then foul, and then get Spencer back in there after the foul, right? That makes sense? Spencer or...
Because you can do that.
Yeah, you got to get Spencer off the floor and get somebody that has less than 4 fouls
unless you're trying to get steals. Unless you're going for a trap.
What are the chances of that? I mean,
I don't know.
We got one right there, which is okay, great, but we're not going to get 2 or 3 more steals here.
All right, so down on their end, it is going to still be the same 5. Tucker, Yates, Foster, Henry, Cruz for Oskaloosa. Indianola to inbound underneath their own hoop. Gauger gets free, gets the ball, guarded closely by Yates in the backcourt. 10 counts on, but it's a one-on-one right now.
5-point game.
With 1:05 left, nearly knocked away. They said it was tipped. Not an over and back because it was tipped.
You got to get the ball out of his hands.
And then they're going to say a little trip foul on Yates, and it'll be a 1-and-1 for Evan Gauger, who at the line tonight is 1 for 2.
Even if you had Nunnakoven and Tanner in there with their quickness to maybe try to get a 5 count there, see, he's able to dribble drive, get him far enough away and get a new count.
59 seconds left. The front end of a 1-and-1 coming here for Evan Gauger. It's on the way. He hit it. 20 points for him. And he has been huge on both ends of the floor. One more will make it a 3-possession game once again here for Indianola. Gauger makes it. 2 for 2 for Gauger, and he is proving he is the real deal here tonight. Tucker will go on the drive. He'll lay it in with one hand. 10 points for him. Oski again with full court pressure.
Foul him, but it's Spencer.
Spencer tried to foul him. Now it's Yates, I believe, who will get him.
Okay, good foul. Foul right away. Make these guys hit free throws.
Yates second. So now it's Brady Held, who's 4 for 8 on the season from the free throw line. And he's got a 1-and-1.
So you got Spencer down for 4 fouls, that's right?
I do, yeah.
Do they have that up there?
Yep. The scoreboard had it up after the last one. Held.
They got him down for 2.
No, that's the other 10.
Oh, okay.
Held makes the first, though. So clutch on the first attempt. He's a good 3-point shooter, so he does have a good stroke. It's just a matter of making the 15-footer at the stripe with all the pressure on you. He misses the second.
Yeah, and then they hustle and almost get the rebound.
Cruz gets the rebound. Oski down 6. Got to go quick here and got to get points. Tucker drives, goes all the way. Right-hand layup again is good. Timeout, Indians. Full timeout.
Now you make your substitution here. You got to.
Okay, so it's 4 now. And like I said, unless Gavin Smith checks into the game here for Indianola.
I think I just saw no more timeouts.
No, Oski just used their last, and it's on the scoreboard.
Okay, yeah.
And it will be Nunnakoven checking in for Tucker. He just went to the scorer's table, and he will be in for defensive purposes. Again, the one guy you don't want is Evan Gauger to catch the ball, unless Gavin Smith comes in. We haven't seen him all game. I doubt we see him here. So everybody else is fair game. You're fine with the first, like, fouling any of those guys with 50 seconds, I believe, is left. You have time, Doug, here, if they miss some free throws, to just play ball and play this out, but you can't let Gauger get the ball.
Well, I think no matter what, you foul immediately.
Even if it's Gauger.
There's 46 seconds left, I think. So once the ball goes in, I'd foul. I'd foul. I wouldn't let them hold the ball more than 5 seconds in any possession the rest of the game. They're going to have to make free throws to win this.
All right, same 5 out there for Indianola. New player is Nunnakoven replacing Tucker for Oskaloosa. 37.9 left to play.
You got to watch somebody going deep off of this.
Gauger trying to come back and get the basketball, and they're going to call a foul on Gauger away from the ball. Nunnakoven was draped all over him, trying to avoid him getting the ball, but not something you see too frequently is while the clock stopped on the inbound that they call a foul. Nunnakoven second, and it does indeed. Even though he didn't catch the ball, Evan Gauger has a 1-and-1 here on this end as Nunnakoven comes out, Tucker back in.
That's all right, though.
Well, no time came off the clock.
Yeah, I'd do that every time if you can.
56-52. In the front end,
but he's
nothing but net.
stroking it right now.
You can't, for him, absolutely, he's the right guy for Coach Brett Watson and Indianola to be at the line. One more to come for him. He's 4 of 5 at the line tonight. His second, nothing but net again. Stroking it. Timeout Indianola. It's going to be a full timeout. They still have 1 remaining. So 37.9 left. It's a 6-point game. Do you start trying to drop the 3? Because you're going to have to start cutting into this at some level, Doug. You can't just rely on missed free throws if Gogger continuously finds ways to be the guy that shoots the free throws.
What's the time left?
37.9.
Yeah, 37. If there's 47, maybe you can go one more time for 2. But now, yeah, I think you got to run somebody. I'd look for, if Yates is in the game, I'd try to free Yates up. They're going to be looking for Tucker. They're going to be all over him. I'd try to run Yates off a screen and get him an open 3.
And Henry's made 2 threes in this game. We know Cruz has the ability to hit 3s. Xavier has the ability to hit 3s. If you're open for 3, I think now's the time you take the open 3. But let's just take a deep breath here and say what a game we've seen from Indianola in this one.
Yeah, they battled. I mean, they have played hard. They were confident. We could see it in their step.
They were down 13. They could have packed it in early third quarter, and instead they came right back at Oski.
They certainly could have. And give them credit. They played hard. This is going to be a team to reckon with next year.
You lose by 45 in the first game. You only score 28 points. You're down 33-20. Give up 4 quick points to start the second half. And then you come right back at Oskaloosa and make a huge 21-6 run to take a lead. And now you're up 6 with 37 seconds left. I give kudos to Indianola and their boys basketball team. Out of the timeout.
They've done a great job tonight.
Out of the timeout. Oskaloosa will run it up. It is Tucker. Tucker gets a screen to the right, lobs it for Yates. He'll catch and shoot top of the key, miss it to the right. Gogger gets the rebound, and he will be fouled by Henry, and he can make 1 free throw to make it a 3-possession game.
Well, that's kind of what I thought they'd do, try to find Yates for a shot, and they did.
He was an open look. It was. He was wide open on the pick play.
Well, the Oskaloosa has been a car leaking oil for the last few weeks, and
survived some tough tests.
Yeah, but it hasn't been pretty, and it's caught up to them.
First one, nothing but net. Evan Gogger makes it indeed a 3-possession game at 59-52. So, assuming Norwalk handles winless Grinnell.
Well, they already did. They played.
Oh, yeah, they played on Friday. You're right. So my mistake. I didn't have that in my notes because I didn't update my notes. Gogger misses the second, however. Still a 3-possession game. Oski got to go quick. So here's Henry. He'll shoot right wing. That's long. Gogger, wow, Spider-Man rebound, and he'll be fouled. That's an impressive rebound by the young man.
Yeah, he's got a Division II offer out of a school, a pretty decent basketball school out of North Carolina already.
Well, his length, his touch, his shooting ability, the improvement from last year to this year has been impossible. Not impossible. We saw him being good. I guess he's definitely put the work in. Let's just put it that way. 17 seconds left. Gogger's first free throw rattles home. And he's making most of the free throws. He's getting the opportunity to ice this game by himself. But even rebounds like that underneath, just throwing his right hand up there and it's sticking to him and he pulls it in strong. That's stuff you can't teach some of these guards.
He's going to be big time next year.
He's the best player in the conference next year.
Yeah,
maybe outside of Foster and Henry.
Well, he can take a game over, though.
Here's the right corner. Cruz wide open, misses a shot. Rebound, Orwig. And Oskaloosa is going to pull back the Dogs with 5 seconds left. Indianola knocks off Norwalk and Oskaloosa, and they factor into this conference race by forcing those two teams to settle for a tie atop the Little Hawkeye Conference, as Norwalk and Oski both defeated each other once. And of all the teams, Doug, in the preseason, you would have asked me there was going to be one team in the conference to beat both Norwalk and Oskaloosa. I would have said Pella, DCG, Newton.
Yeah.
I may have even said Pella Christian before I would have said Indianola.
Right, it wouldn't have been. But we kind of knew. We saw Indianola almost knock us off here last year. And you know, we're just not playing very good basketball right now.
Well, I'll say this. The first 2 quarters and 2 minutes of this game,
we played hard.
It was good. The energy was excellent, but Indianola called a timeout, regrouped, and it was Quinn Vesey who got him back in the game. He had an excellent little spurt in the third. He hit a couple of threes in the third quarter, did an excellent job of setting up his team to make this comeback, and then it was Gauger with a couple of steals and layups that got them a multi-possession lead, and Oskaloosa was just trading baskets with them at that point. They didn't miss free throws. They out-executed Oski at the end of the game, and it ended up being a 61-52 victory for Indianola. So we'll take a break, come back with a post-game show after this right here on the No Coast Network.
Valve Company, being the premier place to work is part of our core vision, and this includes helping our local community be a premier place to live. Clow cares and is committed to creating a happier and healthier community. By volunteering in local events and fundraisers. By donating to nonprofit organizations. By leaving a better tomorrow than today. Clow is more.
We are Cloud Valve.
If you think there's room for improvement in your investment game plan, or that maybe you should send in some new plays, take a time out and talk to an experienced investment professional. I'm Bob Auld of Robert Auld Investments, an investment advisor with over 31 years of experience in Oskaloosa and Southern Iowa. Let me help you find some new strategies. Call 673-9448 or 1-800-444-AULD.
Robert Auld is a registered representative offering securities and investment advisory services through SagePoint Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
If you are looking for brand names close to home, then look no further than Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Penn Central Mall has a wide variety of stores for people of all ages. Find the perfect pair of silver or Vigas jeans at Maurice's. Get a pair of Oakley sunglasses from the smiling staff at Eye Care Partners. Cozy up with Ashley Furniture from Gilworth Furniture. And find that dazzling diamond from Gardner Collier Jewelry. When you're done, grab a bite to eat at Miranchito or the Pizza Ranch. It's all at Penn Central Mall in Oskaloosa. Shop, walk, and enjoy Penn Central Mall.
At Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, getting your prescription filled is easy. The large covered drive-thru and easy access to the front door is convenient, and the friendly staff is always ready to help you. With a variety of goods and home decor, Mahaska Drug is sure to have the perfect gift for any occasion. Have your favorite photos developed and framed at Mahaska Drug's framing counter, and cherish your memories for years to come. It's all at Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa, where they have been committed to a healthy community for over 20 years. Call 673-3439 or stop in today.
Hawkeye Real Estate is your one-stop source for everything real estate in Mahaska County and the surrounding area. Whether commercial, residential, or acreages, we've got you covered with the area's largest pool of real estate professionals, full-time support staff, and property management services. With over $19 million in sales volume for 2016, Hawkeye continues to be Oskaloosa's leading real estate office. Discover what thousands already know. When it's time to make a move, get the Hawkeye Edge.
Can I get some help?
Whatever they went through together.
Welcome, guys.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Final score of boys basketball, 61-52. Indianola pulls off another home upset. They defeat the Oskaloosa Indians, splitting the season series with them, and they've deserved it tonight. 9 o'clock in the evening, you're listening to Oski basketball on 99.5 FM and AM 740 KMZN, with live video stream on RadioKMZN.com and MCG Channel 7, as well, of course, as the KMZN mobile app. And this is the Indian Hills Community College post-game show. Indian Hills Community College. You can tell us your goals so we can help you see the future. Get an inexpensive start to a 4-year degree or get on the fast track to high demand and high paying jobs. They will help you find the option that fits your professional and personal choices. Indian Hills Community College post-game show, and we'll start out right here. Quinn Vesey in the third, Evan Gauger in the fourth. That backcourt duo, Doug, was the difference. It was Indianola 61, Oski 52. The turning point came when Coach Brett Watson called a timeout for Indianola after Oski scored 2 quick buckets to start the third quarter. Oski led 33-20, and after that, Indianola went on a big push, couple of threes from about 25 feet on the right wing by a guy who's not typically a great three-point shooter in Quinn Vesey, but that got the team going. They played good defense. They got some steals. Oskaloosa threw a ball off Jared Cruz's face for a steal and an easy lay-in on the other end. Then you had Gauger to make 2 really good defensive plays on lazy passes and then get layups on the other end. Just like that, early in the fourth, you were down 5, and Oskaloosa couldn't ever get closer than, I believe, 4 the rest of the fourth quarter.
Now, the better team won tonight. I mean, the coach calling the timeout after 2 baskets and saying that's it was a great timeout.
That was 40 seconds into the third quarter.
Yeah, 40 seconds in. He said, no more. We're not going to let this get any worse. And he called timeout, and the game switched right then. And that's what a timeout at the right time can do for you. So the better team won tonight. If you're an Oskaloosa fan, we play Sheraton tomorrow. We'll try to get back on the winning track. But now, you look at the path to state, and you think about state. Now we need to think about the next game because this team is struggling big time right now. Their confidence is shaken.
It's easy to get caught up in the facade of 17-3 and 12-2 in the Little Hawkeye, but the last few weeks, a lot of these wins, even against the Grinnells, even against teams that you dominated the first time through. And Coach Parker and Coach Foster, DeJuan Foster, made good points when I talked to them last week after the Pella game, where they all said, hey, by the way, when you've beaten everybody the first time by, 30-some points, it's hard to get motivated knowing that you're that much better than other teams, but teams made adjustments, and Oskaloosa just hasn't answered the bell. They have had to sweat out a lot of these second games in these doubleheaders, and not only have they sweat them out, we're talking Newton by 1. We're talking Pella was within a couple of possessions until late free throws. Doug, I'm
sorry, we're playing for a conference championship. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that it's hard to get up for a game. I mean, we got to be able to motivate and play hard. We haven't won a conference championship. We won it. We shared it, but my goodness.
96 was the last time, but yeah. But what do you want to see tomorrow against Sheraton?
Well, certainly you want to see them play hard. I mean, I don't.
The first 2 quarters were all right.
Yeah, they were. The first 2 quarters, I thought they did play hard. Things just got out of control there after the timeout.
So do you think that getting up 13 and feeling that the game was in their hands? Do you think that Oskaloosa kind of had a mojo switch there?
Very well, yeah. It certainly looked like
because they were all clapping. They knew that they had Indianola right where they wanted him after they went up 33-20, and then it was Indianola that came out, and they were the ones that really put the pedal to the metal, and it took them less than 6 minutes to end up taking a 1-point lead after being down by 13.
Well, and that shows their toughness, and that's something that, loose balls and rebounds and stuff, that's about heart. That's about desire. That's about wanting to go get balls and play hard. And I've been harping on this for the last 2-3 weeks. We've got to play hard. I believe we're talented enough that if we play hard, we're going to win for a whole game. We don't even necessarily have to play good if we just play hard for the whole game. And that's defensively too. We made a change on the hedges like we talked about, and it looked like it was working nicely.
It was.
But we were turning sideways inside and letting the guy dribble drive and get to the baskets. Tomorrow, it's not a very good Sheraton team. What are we going to take from that? We win by 30. Are we going to be like, oh man, we're back on track? I'm not. I ain't buying it because we should win by 30 tomorrow night.
Well, what about Sadell on next Monday, your first round matchup in sub-state play?
The point I'm trying to make is it's a coin. It's up in the air now. I mean, you got to show up and play. It's playoff time, so.
Opportunities knocking, Doug, and it's whether or not Oskaloosa can answer the door here after the Sheraton game. You got Sadell, which is a 2-win team, coming down for that first-round sub-state game. But after that, it's going to get tough. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's you get into. Hopefully, what we do is we get our confidence back in these next 2 games.
Good chance to do that.
That's what you really want to see. Guys hitting some threes, knocking the ball down. We haven't got a running game going hardly at all in the second half of the season. We've got nothing going.
Think about points. Think about just points. Yeah. I think the second time through,
52.
We had 52 tonight. You've had 56, 56, 51. I mean, it's been a lot of mid-50s, low 50s. And this team, the first half of the season, was averaging close to 75, 76 points per game. So it's a big change.
Yeah, we got to get our mojo back here starting tomorrow against Sheraton. But you can't just win that game and say, oh, okay, man, we're back. No, we got to. It's one game at a time now.
All right, we will sign it off, Doug. I appreciate you sitting with me. Will I see you tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there. I don't know if I'll be on.
I think Calvin's going to be calling the game, but I'll see you. I'll see you at the gym. Oskaloosa boys will be put back in action tomorrow. Doug, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you again. I think postseason time will be the next time we'll be on together.
That sounds good. We might have some small school stuff
This Thursday, Class 2A district basketball, Eddyville, Blacksburg, Fremont gets started, so I'm sure we'll be talking to you then. But thanks, Dougie, for sitting with us again tonight.
All right. Thanks, Emery.
All right, that is Doug DeCock. Once again, we're talking postseason basketball, and it's going to be girls tomorrow night. You can check out, of course, the Oskaloosa Indian boys as they're going to be playing live in the Oskaloosa High School Gymnasium. If you can't make it, we'll have a video-only broadcast that is going to be on MCG Channel 7 as well as RadioKMZN.com. But we'll also have a couple of radio games for you. John Martinson will be in Sigourney, as the Sigourney girls will be in their first-round matchup in the quarterfinals of Class 2A basketball. And then in Class 1A, it will be the North Mahaska Warhawks looking to try to get themselves off to a good start. Kylie Broadway will be on the call there as North Mahaska looks to try to get themselves a first-round win as they go into the regional play unbeaten. All those games for all of our teams are going to be starting after 7 o'clock. For the girls' games, we'll have the 6:45 pregame, 7 p.m. opening tap. For Oskaloosa, their game's going to start roughly around 7:30 or 7:45, so be sure to join us right around 7:15 or so for the start of that one. That'll do it for us. I'd like to thank our board operator back in the No Coast Network studios in Oskaloosa, Kenny Jones, our director, Titus Letstring, help of the Oskaloosa Video Production Program under the direction of Kim Guile here from Indianola. I'd like to thank my partner, Doug DeCock. This is Emery Songer signing off. 2 finals tonight, 78-28. The Oski girls fall as they get set for their matchup on Wednesday against Knoxville in regional play. And then the Oskaloosa boys get beat by Indianola 61-52. Indianola, an impressive victory here, moving to 13-7 overall and 8-6 in the Little Hawkeye. Oski's boys now 17-3 overall and 12-2 in the Little Hawkeye, and they'll be back in action, as mentioned, tomorrow against Sheraton in the regular season finale. That'll do it. My name's Emery Songer. Thanks for joining us and tuning in. You've been listening and watching live Indian basketball on the No Coast Network.
This has been Oskaloosa Indians basketball action on the No Coast Network. Brought to you by Mahaska, Bank Iowa, Clow Valve Company, Kelly Style Insurance, Oskaloosa Area Chamber, Petrito Orthodontics, Hawkeye Real Estate, Swim Sports, Awards and Screen Printing, Raymond James Financial Services, William Penn University, Fairway, Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, Roxburt's Decorating Center, Pella Printing, Penn Central Mall, Oskaloosa Vision Center, Robert Auld Investments, and Mahaska Drug. This has been a presentation of the No Coast Network.